My picture's lit up in the background. That's blue face. Oh, this light. If I'm a bit shiny, it's because I haven't got my makeup on again, like foundation, because of I'm trying to keep it off my piercing, seeing as it's new. Hi Effie, I knew you'd jump in. I knew. Just sorted myself out. Hi Mary. Sort myself out. Hope you've been enjoying the orbs. They may come in the day. And it is a bit of a chat about sort of that again and some other channels that you may have come across, and I know that some of you go to anyway. Hi Mark. So we'll give them a shout out when I found my book, because one of the persons I'm going to shout out, I think is if one just popped up there then I saw it with my eyeballs. I think he's from America, but it's what he's saying about the light. As a lot of people know, I do love, yeah, the orbs have been like, wow. Really, when they're moving like this as well and they come back and it's like proving to people it's not dust. Hi, truth. So, you know, even to the haters, and I will be talking about the trolls in a minute as well. There seems to be a normal like one thumbs down at least on my chats, and it makes me laugh because I definitely do think it's the same person, and I bet you bottom dollar, I bet you any money it's a man. I bet you any money, I bet it's a man. Just saying. That's going to come into play in a minute as well. But if most people know, if you've been following me for a while, that I'm into the whole, you know, QAnon thing, and I don't talk about it much at the minute because it's going down if people are taking a look around. But you know, it's hi. We're just sitting back watching the show roll out. Red October. It's not about that, but people know. Well, most people do that. Donald Trump's uncle knew Tesla and had some of Tesla's notes. So Tesla's big secret, high HH to the about the universe, was 369, or I'm in a different number actually. I see more like, you know, frequency, energy, vibration, and frequency. We are light energy. This is why I believe when the orbs do come in, and you've been seeing them, I've been proving that they're there, they're just coming in. They're like light bodies, and Jack is in the background, so he'll be tweeting. He's in today. So, you know, when the old Trumpster's shouting out about free energy and he's got more energy, I can see what he's talking about, you know, beyond the veil and all that. So, and he has shouted out before about clean air and water, and so has Boris Johnson. Clean air and water, what that liquid, the ether, the waters, we need all the bad negative vibes and the pollutions we've been putting in there, skies, chemtrails and stuff, the things in the water, to purify it so we can start using the waters, the crystalline waters, the magic waters, I don't know what you want to say, the ether, with all the energy that's all around us all the time, which have been showing themselves. They're here right now, all the time, like a super cosmic highway or whatever. But maybe they're coming in more and more and more now because it's being purified a little bit. It's been full of a bit of, well, not a bit, a lot of negativity, poisons, and all this that I'd say that side knew how it worked and wanted to poison everywhere. That's sort of how I see it, with negative vibes. So, Dolly saw you on Phil McConnell last night. Did you pick up about JFK Jr. and Dallas this Thursday? Maybe I didn't watch all of it because I had to go, but I knew there was something going on, and obviously with the whole Field McConnell and the JFK Jr. thing, and Dallas, because obviously Trump is going to be doing a rally in Dallas where JFK got shot. Big marker there, folks. So yeah, I'm not saying it means he's coming out. I just mean it's the whole, you know, thing going on there. So I will have to catch up with that video, but thank you for just mentioning that. So I'm going to play, I forgot his name now, and I've subbed to him. And please, like I say, go over, check your channel. If you're into crystalline activation, whatever people want to call it, different things, you know, and you know T Taylor's channel, and if you haven't checked her channel out, please check the channel about the twinkly skin and all this sort of stuff that's coming in, orbs and all this stuff we're all trying to figure out. This guy does all that, and he's really good at explaining his, you know, spin on it. And sub him if you resonate. I've subbed because I resonate. You know, it's this soul fan coming in. And before I show you his channel and a few other things, we're waking up to the truth. We definitely are, which may be helping to clear the ether. It is, because truth wins, love wins over everything anyway. I see it as, like I said when I was singing the other day about, you know, love is everything and the truth. And, you know, the people who, you know, we class as trolls or whatever, they will wake up in their own time. But I'd like to say to the trolls out there, you don't bother me. You know, at the end of the day, that's still a learning curve for people who are trolling. And also, I can't remember her name, Elizabeth. She does a lot of stuff that people are going to find very strange. And that's why you get trolls in, because if they don't understand, they get, and she did a really good chat on it the other day, they get really agitated and they have to leave a comment of hate or something stupid, or when they come into chat. So moderators, you're free, when trolls come in with stupid questions, I mean being really silly, you can get rid of them, because I just don't, that's why I think things are happening, because our chat's quite got a good vibe on it, and they come in to try and distract people when they start talking about things that aren't even to do with what I'm talking about in chat, to distract. But she said something on, some of you might know her channel, some of you might think she's bonkers, some of you may not. I resonate with her. She's just done a past life regression, that was good. I've been catching up on some of the stuff. Shit Gets Real, Elizabeth April. I love Elizabeth April. Fifth World knows Elizabeth April. I think she was in there last night when I was watching.
How is it?
But she was doing a bit of a chat on. Jack, that's too loud. Right, I'm going to have to move the bird because it just gets too loud. No, you're too loud. You're not walking down the aisle like that. It's too loud. It's naughty loud. I know you want to talk, but we don't talk word language. Nobody knows what you're going on about. Right? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. We're really trying to talk bird language, but, you know, we just ain't getting it. So, sit down a minute. Sorry, I've got like my Hyrene pants on, so whatever you call it. Sorry, I've had to put the bird in. Hang on. I've had to put the bird in there because he gets a bit loud. So, yeah, trolls. And she said something about trolls. And it's brilliant because, you know, she just sort of ignores them, because sometimes I think they come in because they get so mad about what you're talking about because they don't understand it, but something really resonates deep down inside them, but because they don't understand, they just get mad and put a comment. And some trolls end up, I don't even like saying the word troll, it's just missing people who misunderstand stuff, or because they're not having the experience, they don't like it. Oh, it's not true. It's not true. You're talking rubbish. I don't see what you see. Oh, maybe you need to get on a little bit of a higher frequency than you're on. Maybe you should go within and do a little bit of work, you know. But that's all it is, really. Just seeing if she said anything on here. Good morning. Oh, I felt a bit off yesterday with that, but I'm all right this morning. Yes, just think yourself well. Sometimes it's just your body saying you need a rest. Let me see if she's saying anything on this bit.
And so I've pre-scheduled a bunch of videos to pop up.
I don't know if you know Elizabeth April.
More times than I can count. Just to rebuild it again, because
and the light on a video just kept pinging off and pinging off. It was funny. Don't know if she's talking about it.
And also, like, to be honest, guys, like, having perspective on things. There we go.
Perspective.
It's not the case at all. there are a lot of problems in your life that are already fixed. It's called, I learned it back in psychology class, and not to have fear over it anymore. If you're scared of a spider, guess what's going to happen? A spider is going to enter into your life, and you're going to be confronted with that fear. If you're scared of losing all your money, guess what's going to happen? You're going to lose it all, only to make it all back. Okay? So it's important that we understand.
She said something about trolls.
You know, whatever it may be, those things are being confronted. We are all being forced to understand our own power. But before you understand your own power, you have to realize how often you have been convincing yourself you are powerless.
Thank you.
Every day.
The link's in the chat off Effie, thank you. And she's saying how you convince yourself you're powerless. Like I could say people with orbs, it's like, no, you can do it. You can begin to see. We just go back to things that are easier, which means like back in a relationship that you don't really want to be in. It's just easier.
All day.
You convince yourself.
You convince yourself that you're powerless. And I see a couple of trolls.
Yeah, trolls.
On this beautiful live video today. So I just want to say hi, trolls.
Listen to.
Thank you so much.
I love what she says, and this is how I think. This is what I want to look at it like that. You know, is this
for showing up? Not only showing up. Before you understand your own power, you have to realize how often you have been convincing yourself you are powerless. Every day, all day.
Hi, John Binney, soul brother. Check out John Binney. He was on Unbiased on the Fence, and he's got lovely songs. And he did his quantum healing. What's it called? Beyond Quantum Healing with Shane off Unbiased on the Fence. Oh my God, I cried. Can't wait to have mine. Oh. But anyway, I'll just say about the trolls on it. It's just brilliant.
You convince yourself that you're powerless. And I see a couple of trolls on this beautiful live video today. So I just want to say hi, trolls. Thank you so much for showing up. Not only showing up for me, because you're here, but showing up for yourself. Deep down, there is something
definitely
within you that drew you to this channel, that drew you to this video right now. This is pretty incredible information. And it's actually...
Because I believe I've got a few trolls, but I believe I've got one that's always putting thumbs down, and I've just got this feeling it's the same person. I do believe it's a guy. I'm not sure who, but I just believe it's a male. And this is why I say I don't understand why people come... I used to not understand why people come over when they say they don't like you. They're putting thumbs down all the time because they don't like watching you, they don't like what you're saying. So what's the point? So deep down, really, this person must be resonating deep down. They don't know, but they're resonating with something about what I'm saying, you know. And I'm going to go into resonating and frequency in a minute. This is why a lot of us are finding each other. And a lot of people who criticize, like trolls, who leave silly comments and stuff, are the ones who are not happy in their own lives, mostly because they're criticizing, because they're not understanding. That's not me being awful to them. They're just not understanding, or I should say, understanding what's going on. So they lash out and criticize because, or coming from a negative thing all the time, like, oh, it must be this, it must, like saying that the orbs are pieces of dust, but they don't want to take time out to maybe go and do their own little experiments and see if they can bring it in, or maybe it's because they'll have to go within a bit. You know, they don't want to do that, maybe because they're in fear of doing it, because they're scared. I don't know, but she is bang on with it.
Resonating with all of you at some level. And I wanted to say for the rest of you,
I'm going to say something because I speak my truth. Elizabeth April is lovely. Now, I came across Elizabeth April ages ago. Could have been last year. I don't know. And I thought, at first I thought, hey, she's a bit whacker. She's going on about extra and she's been, but she talks about past. I was like, I mean, I'm a bit off with fairies, as you know, but I was a bit like, does she? But something was resonating. There was something, and I kept popping in and out. Because I pop in and out of a lot of live chats. People have seen me in all sorts of different live chats. That's why I don't like have a belief in things that are coming in, but I'm everywhere looking at everything, learning all the time. And she resonates more and more and more and more. And especially now with what's going on, she resonates even more. So there was something resonating. And this is how it can be with the trolls sometimes. They might come in going, oh, I can't stand this person. I don't even just mean whatever community it is. And like, meh. But they keep coming in. And it's like, well, go and watch someone else that you resonate with. But they keep coming in. So it's a bit like, they're going to resonate maybe a year down the line, maybe 2 years. Maybe they're going to have an experience in the end where they think, do you know what? Maybe I should go back and listen to what they were saying. Maybe not, but it makes sense to me. I've done it.
Get caught up in the fear of like, hey, don't say that to Elizabeth. Hey, thank you, April, for that beautiful super chat. If you get caught up within the trolls of like, don't say that to Elizabeth. She's actually a really nice girl, whatever it may be. Or you're like, you know, you're feeding into it like, hey, just get off the channel then. Don't say anything at all. You're feeding into that energy. The more you...
So that's the biggest message I want to give to anyone in the chat, anyone who's a moderator. When they start coming in, I've said this before, just put a load of hearts in. If they're being really, really destructive, some just come in because they're trying to understand and they'll put silly comments because it's fear-based. But if they're really being like, you know, you get the ones that throw sexual things out because they think it's funny. They're probably kids in a basement somewhere, I don't know. Just chuck them out. You know, go to the channel, chuck them out. But basically, just chuck some hearts away. It is hard, but they do try and distract either because, one, they do know because they're from that side and they're trying to distract. Two, the genuine people who just don't understand. So out of not understanding, most people fear. So most people will throw a comment out because they're like, I don't, this is stupid. So it's out of fear. So, you know, we've all been there. We've all been there.
Who have a hate on for Trump, or the more you have a hate on for, you know, anyone who eats meat, you know, you're feeding into this paradigm of fear, right? So for me, the number one way that I can deal with all of these haters and people who may not understand is so much love and so much compassion. And honestly, it sucks that you feel like you have to come onto a live video and just rage out, you know? It sucks that you're in a place that you're hurting so much deep down within,
which is sad,
that you have to project that hate into someone else. And no matter what you say, it's not going to affect me because I have a really amazing life and I did a lot of work, like a lot of work.
So that was Elizabeth, I think it was the other day, and that's called Shit's Getting Real, the chat that she did on that. Like I said, some people may go over and go, whoa, she's like, but you'll resonate with snippets of things she'll say, and even if you don't resonate with everything she's saying, maybe certain words she says, they're just words. It's like she said, she doesn't want to define herself as, we're always trying to define ourselves as this, that, and the other, when we're everything. Like the way she says, it's really fun. Like, hey, today I'm a coffee drinker. Maybe tomorrow I'll be a green tea drinker. I'm not defining myself as just a coffee drinker. Or, hey, I'm this today. She's going skydiving, I think she said. When she's in that moment, she will be a skydiver. We're everything because we come from, you know, the one, and we can be everything, if you get what I'm saying. But if you listen to a chat, it makes sense. My nose is really itchy. And then, yeah, and then going back to the frequency thing again of Tesla, Nikola Tesla, not Tesla who put a car in space or whatever. Yeah, right. It's a whole thing of what the keys to the universe, energy, vibration, and frequency, light. Are we not all light? Is everything not just light? So the person that came into chat yesterday, whose channel I'm going to shout out, is, and I've subbed to another new channel because we're all finding each other, all sisters and brother stars, I'll say, because we have all like little twinkly stars, is the lovely Spirit Light Body. Check your channel out. So I'm going to play one of his, what he was saying, because I love this, and I see it as, before I play it, I see it as, you know, I'm always going on about Tesla, or I have done. We're all human beings. I'm lighter. The lovely Spirit Light Body is darker skinned because we're different. We'd have different hues in light. There's different hues of light, and that's how I see it. So we sort of have like dark and light down here, the spectrum of light, as are we in skin tones. Let's say in skin tones, You know, we can be the darkest of dark to the lightest of light, but we're all one. We're all the same. It's just we're on different frequencies. Energy vibrating in different frequencies. So we don't always vibrate on the same frequency. That's why people are having problems with different people's energies. And I call them energy signatures. It's not, I hate you. I'm just not vibing on your vibe at the minute. Okay? People get so offended. Like I said the other day, with the word no and different things, you're just like, look, I'm just not vibing. I'm just not vibing. Maybe we're not from the same vibe tribe. You know what I mean? Vibe tribe. Nothing to get offended about. So I think it's this one. My take on humanity's unbalanced ways. Now, I love this because I've always been shouting out, I'm always drawing pictures of women. We're always talking about balance. The balance that's needed from the woman, the female divine, us ourselves, and the energy that is rising up to meet the man in balance, because it's been a man-made world. And he even says on it, sorry men, but it's the truth. And this is why I think a lot of the trolls I seem to get are men, that male energy. I don't think they like that the woman's rising. I don't mean in the way of in the 3D, but nurture needs to come back. And a lot of men need to find the sort of feminine side. That's not about being gay. And if you are, that's good. Or, you know, lesbian or whatever. It's not about that. It's about finding that nurturing side of yourself. But in the physical, they try and push that in other areas, trying to push that in a different way, if you get what I'm saying. It's nothing to do with that. So I'm just going to play, and I'll come into chat what he was sort of saying. But like I said, the whole Tesla thing, and then Trump knew about Tesla because his uncle did. So that's why I was shouting out ages ago, Biden's got no energy. He hasn't got energy like me. He knows. He knows. Yeah, so I was saying, and we are light in different hues of light. We are light bodies. We have light within us. These are why the orbs come around when they do come in. They're always there anyway. It's just when the different lighting, like plasma or something. I don't know what the real thing is. But we are all light, and light holds energy because it's like a solar panel is energy, and it vibrates with a frequency. So, and then the frequencies have patterns, and that's why we say we have what's it called? Geometric patterns. You know, these patterns that you can play when you play a frequency in water, on sand, it turns into like star shapes and all this because it's a pattern of the universe, the flower of life, and so on and so on. Which the flower of life starts off as one circle and pings out into cells, like our cells, as above, so below. It's amazing. But this is all the stuff we've all been talking about. But I just want to say before I play it, I was in the playground talking about soul family. Ooh, solar panel. Yeah, I like those solar panels. Why have they been clouding the skies up and the ether and everything? So we can't work properly, you know, taking the light and taking the vitamin D and this, that, and the other, and so on and so on. So I'm stood in the playground today. Yeah, pulling pigtails in the playground. Oh, come to the right, come to the left. I'm just going to stay in centre, thanks, in a bit of balance, you know. We'll just balance these pigtails out. Hi. Some really need to grow up a bit, but that's the thing with growth and not staying stagnant, like I said yesterday, and ego, you know, the death of the ego and this, that, and the other. So it's all good, but I was in the playground this morning and Finn was lining up, and I think it was a Polish lady with a little boy. She's like, oh, your son really looks like my nephew when he was younger. And I said, oh, it's funny how, you know, they can look like someone else. She went, yeah, it is, isn't it? He's 17 now, but he really looked like him when he was younger. It's funny how people can look like people that are not even family. And she obviously was from Poland. And I was like, it just made me smile inside because I thought, but we're all family, you know. We're all from the one. So it just made me laugh when she went, you know, it's funny how people look like people, but we're from different families. We're not really from different families. We're all from centre. Hi, Black Sheep Researcher. Like I said, check out Black Sheep Researcher's channel if you haven't already. Now we're going to go over to the lovely channel of, what did I say it was called? I'm just going to listen to it because I love this. This is what we've been talking about, and I know a lot of you think this way. Resonate, I should say, with the frequency and the vibrations of. So just going to listen to this. Spirit Light Bodies channel. Please go and check it out and sub if you resonate. So, We're going to listen to this because it's not long.
Red, you know.
Right.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Spirit Light Body in here. What's going on, y'all? Alright, I had a friend of mine ask me why did I think humanity was so off track. And we both kind of had a synchronizing thought at
now he's outside, so you can hear noises, so you're just going to have to do your best to listen. We can go over to the channel after.
Same time, like, hey, why not make a video about this? So, boom, here I am. And first off, I want to say that humanity is very off track because we're out of tune with nature. First off, you have to enter and understand that, you know, we're one with nature. Like me, you, we're all nature. There's nothing outside of nature. So we got to get that down first. First, you got to enter and understand that. With that being said, you have to enter and understand your divine connection to nature and your divine connection to the creator, that you are one with the creator. You cannot be separate from the creator. It just doesn't work like that. And that's one of my main beefs with modern religion, that they teach you that you're separate, like the creator is like out.
Modern religion.
Outside of you. The creator is not outside of you.
I'm not religious, remember.
He is outside of you, but it's also within you. You see what I'm saying? So I know it kind of sounds like a contradiction, but, you know, you got to enter and understand that, you know, if I draw, you know, something on this piece of paper, am I separate from that? No, I created it, so how am I separate from it? It's the same thing with us. The Most High created us. How are we separate from the Most High? So, I mean, you know, anybody can try and debate me on that or whatever, you know, but, I mean, I'll bring the work to you, though. But anyway, though. So we gotta, you know, we must unite. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the only way, y'all. Unity. It's the only way. Man, it's so divided over so many foolish things. Color, you know, black and white, you know, blue and red, you know. It's just so many different things. And I mean, that we're divided by.
When they go on about skin color and races, we're all family because it's light has different hues. We're called human beings, different hues of light, our skin tones. It's like, and so what? But we're all one. So I don't like it when there's people on YouTube. There's certain channels that I like, but they'll go on about the whole racing, and if they're black, they'll only go on about the black. You know, oh, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this, and then the whites will go, oh, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this. It's like, and he's just said it beautifully. No. We're not doing that, because that, to me, there's people on spiritual communities, as I'll say, and they'll only go on about, you know, what their skin color is. It's like, yeah, but we're all. That's dividing again. If you're trying to say the super one was this color, well, we're all from the different hues of light, so we're all one anyway. So what we're fighting for?
Not even funny, rich, poor, you know, like, man, anything. People bicker and argue over anything, man, and it's foolish, it's madness, because we're all one, man. We're all here on this earth plane together. All of us, man. We all breathe the same wonderful air. We all bleed the same color. If you don't, I say, please show me, because I hadn't seen it yet. In my 31 years, I hadn't seen it yet. And, you know, we all live under this same sky, man, and none of us can change that. So, I mean, all of us, humanity, we all have, you know, the earth in common. And we don't got nothing else. We got the earth in common, man, and also that we're all humans, humanity. You see what I'm saying? So we got things that we can unite under, man. But then we got to get to, okay, well, the power structure. Darn mosquitoes, man. Got to get to the power structure. It's been changed.
This is what I love, the power structure. We all know it's been a man-made world. So sorry, men out there. I don't mean anyone in chat, but men do get offended. Other people that might not know this channel, they do. It's time for the divine feminine. I love the way he says this.
When the universe was young, the females were ruling. The divine feminine was the ruler. Yeah, you heard me right. The feminine was ruling this earth plane.
Nurturing.
When it was first, you know, established, when it was first becoming established, when it was first created. The women rule. The divine matriarch. We got to go back to that, man.
Because to me, they split the matriarchy and went right into, what do they call it? The patriarchy. I can never say the word right. You know, it just went into man-made, and that's why we have problems, because they're not in balance.
And I'm sorry, the divine masculine is, you see what's going on today. This is a result of a divine masculine out of control. And that's what we got.
out of control because they got a bit greedy, especially with the big egos, and they got a bit greedy with power and stuff like that. So, you know, we started to fall.
The divine masculine.
Fall from grace or whatever, you know, whatever.
Out of control. And, you know, your average Joe Blow may be like, man, what women were in control? Man, you don't know what you're talking about. No, these occultists and these esoteric people, and esoteric and occult just means hidden. So this knowledge is just...
Yeah, esoteric and occult, where everyone gets freaked out, goes, you're in a cult, you're in it. It just means hidden, like we've spoke about before. It just means hidden. That's all. It was just hidden. Didn't want people to know.
Hidden from humanity. That's all it is. Someone's been hiding something from you, my brother. You best believe they've been hiding it from you, man. I said you can find this information though. It's not like I'm making this stuff
Ego's
up,
massive.
And yes, the women were in control, man. And when we left that matriarchy, man, and we went to just the patriarchy, it's just men ruling like it is today. You see, man, the women ruled out of balance and love. And the men, as you can see, just cutthroat. Oh, you ain't got the money for your bill? Cut. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you ain't got no. Oh, your family ain't got no water? Cut it off. Oh, what? Oh, you ain't got the money for so and so? Oh, what? Boom, cut it off. I don't give a damn. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's where we're at today. We got to get that balance back. In order to get that balance back, man, you know what I'm saying? To be balanced, you know, a little bit of the left, a little bit of the right, just enough, not too much of each. Balance, you see what I'm saying? Just enough of each, man. You know that. And that's how it's gotta be, man. Because if we're not balanced, this thing is not gonna work, man. So we've got to get back to balance. We got to go back to the law of nature, man. We really need to abandon government, and we need to change all that, and we need to go back to the laws of nature, which is gonna bring abundance, compassion, unity. Teach people how to get in.
17 in the chat, 18. JFK Jr.'s in the house.
With themselves, you see what I'm saying? Get in tune with themselves and get in tune with nature. You see what I'm saying? Because man, you go to man with $10 and you get maybe enough for 2 meals. You go to nature, you see what I'm saying? You go to nature and you're gonna get, you know, you put a seed in, man, and shoot, you're gonna get back, you know, 50 apples from, you know, one seed, one tree. I mean, so nature, you know, operates in abundance, you know, and it's plentiful, man. That's the way it works. I mean, we got to go back to, you know, a state of compassion, you know, like learn to weigh one another on a scale. I'm not saying let people overrun you and just do whatever. We all know that doesn't work. But, you know.
So you said we've got to get in balance. You can't let people overrun you because, you know, that doesn't work. You can't have people just, you know, said that before, just because you might be trying to come to balance in your spiritual journey doesn't mean people can use you as a doormat.
Well, we got to get out of that space of judgment with everybody, and you know, learn to have compassion, learn to, you know, weigh them with your heart.
And it's hard.
You know, like, follow your heart will show you the right way, man.
Follow your heart, not what you've been told. That's why I've been learning to say no to people, to say not even no to people, no to, like, it could be to people for some reason. It could be, you know, when friends are asking you to go out to party or something like that, whatever it is, and you're thinking, I normally say yeah, but I really don't feel like it tonight. I just want to stay in. I just want to do my own thing. I want to paint, draw, I don't know, whatever it is. And you're just thinking, I don't really vibe with it. I'm only really going because they want me to go and I feel obliged to go. Or it's like some people feel they're missing out. Missing out on what? Missing out on what? I'm not saying don't go out, but I said sometimes if you feel tired and that, like, missing out on what? Having a hangover in the morning. I mean, I look at people now when I'm out. Hi, Moonsflower, everyone has just come in. I look at people. It is a channel called The Lovely Spirit Light Body. He's got some great chats. He knows he's a fan of T. Taylor. So any fan of T. Taylor's a friend of mine. So, you know, if you're into all the twinkly stuff and all that, so it's brilliant. But you know, people's egos again. Oh, what are people going to think? They're going to think I'm boring. I mean, no, you do what you love. I'm not saying don't go out, but it could be in one of them situations. And I look at people now. I mean, I love people watching. I'm going to have to do it in New York. That's why I'm taking. I'll talk about New York in a minute. But people watching, and when you're out, I only have a little bit to drink because people. When you did it when you was younger, but when you're watching people now, you're like, you know, people getting themselves in situations. I don't drink a lot anyway because I know it's like that sort of. Oh, what's the word? it is a negative substance, really. You know, people do it to, oh yeah, I'm going to get drunk because it'll get rid of how I'm feeling and all that. Well, it doesn't. It just makes you feel crap the next day, and it's something that's just covering something. It's not helping you get over something or solving a problem, sort of thing. It's just masking it while you're in it, and then, you know, people do other stuff when they go out, which I'm not into. But each to their own, each to their own. But what would I say? Like substances like chemical, or, you know, not what's the word, like not natural, just cover things, you know. That's why they pump out more and more drinks today that are funny coloured, you know, lots of additives in and all, and it's full of sugar anyway. And then going back to frequencies, like what he's saying, is that's why the younger generation, they're pumping all the music out. People say, you know, certain sayings of, oh, Lucifer, the devil, whatever, he was the, what you call angel of music. Well, there's a reason why they pump out all the shitty music, which I keep saying, it's the frequency, because it affects us. We are light, we vibe off frequencies. Frequencies affect us, and we vibe with the vibe, but the so slight people don't notice. When all the kids are like, hey, yeah, we like this, it's affecting them. And then you're wondering why some kids are the way they are today, going around fighting, you know, cognitive dissonance and all that. I can't even explain it, but all that sort of stuff. That's why the celebrities is the biggest, you know, the biggest thing really is celebrities this and celebrities that, and music, and who's the one at the top. Have a look at the ones at the top, because you're going to realize soon what these people are, even if they've been under control, what they've been made to put out, maybe some of them in music form is you lot who've been doing your research will know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, they do it in music, and they've made celebrities really big, especially around the music industry, for a reason. There's lots of frequencies in all different things, but one of the biggest ones is music, you know. And I will say films, horror films and things like that, there's a reason why they put creepy music in, and certain images, because I actually believe, I'm just going to say this now before we finish this chat off, because it's in my head now, is if things manifest, which I know they do, most of you do, you know, we get orbs and things that come into manifest into where we are now. If you're in a lower frequency and you're in fear of something, and you maybe you like watching a lot of horror films, and that I don't. If something comes in, you're going to think, and remember, thinking and putting it out there brings a manifestation in. So something that could come in to manifest, and that's what I believe little orbs are as well, can come in, something looking maybe a bit scary, evil, and then maybe your brain will go back to a film, and you'll see sort of a vision of like that film, because that's the sort of stuff you watch. Negative, like, sorry to people who watch horror films, but I'm just not into stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? There's a reason why that stuff's pumped out there, because you start fearing things. A bit like Sixth Sense, the film with the ghosts. Yeah, there is beings and different things, and I'm not saying there isn't negative ones or ones that attract, but the more you watch low vibing things, that's probably the frequency you're going to get on. So maybe that's what you'll see, because that's what you're thinking, if anyone sort of gets what I'm saying. Don't know if I put that out right, but I know what I mean. Oh, 111, the time, 111, just saying. So I'm just going to play the rest of this and I'll come into chat.
You know, we gotta learn to be empathetic, you know, empathic, you know, learn to have a heart, man, and learn to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Just don't crucify them, you know, because, oh, they did so-and-so. You know, try and understand that person, you know.
Yeah, Mary, yes, any of the top pop stars today are all under control, handlers, MK Ultra, etc. Look at Britney Spears and see what happened when she tries to break out. Exactly, Kanye broke out. That's why I had the massive breakdown when everyone was like, oh, we're so racist talking about the plantation. It's like, yeah, we've all been enslaved. It's not just a certain race. And then he did something on stage where it was like, poop, did he scoop? And everyone's like, is he having a breakdown? He was breaking out. He was trying to say the music industry is shit, basically. I could just make a song up about poop, did he poop? And everyone's like, yeah, this is really good. That's what he did. Now the music he's bringing out. He did the other day, did you hear the vibration on that? Wow, the frequency of that he did on, was it the lawn at their house? The Kardashians did. Someone go, yeah, but they were pumping out. Yeah, but they've turned a corner and they're doing good things now. You can change anytime you want to.
sometimes you'll see them in a whole new light, and it'll change your perspective on that person.
That's why I will say some of the people out there, these high up pop stars, they've been involved since they were kids. They've been MK Ultra. If you don't know what that is, you need to go and research it. But a lot of us do. And some of them have been blackmailed into everything. So that's where we've got to forgive certain people. Who are these people that are doing that to them? You know, these people. It's all coming, folks. So remember, not everybody there, they've been in this world, and because we know about it now, and it's getting stronger and stronger for people opening their eyes and seeing. That's how their apocalypse is coming for those people, you know, like Hillary and all that, and all the up above and all that is because people are beginning to see. So we will have to forgive some people, because they were just in a world where, I mean, could you see how would you feel if you were in that, and at the time when it was so strong of a grip on it, that how would you feel with thinking, how do we get out when it had a really tight grip on it, you know, really tight grip on it at one stage. So don't be hating on people. It's just, there's a lot that knew what they were doing and they weren't bothered, and they did it for money, and there was those that got into it by accident, didn't realise, been drugged up and all that sort of stuff when you look into it. So, you know, just saying.
Happens to me a lot, but I think overall we got to return back to the golden.
Well, I'd just like to say, Ziggy 007 about the JFK Jr. thing. I don't put any assumptions on it now, because we've done it a lot. The time's right when the time's right, and I do believe when it's right it will, and I'm not going to say when, because that's when people go, oh, it never happened. I've seen him. Most people know on my channel, a lot of us have seen him at the rallies in 2016, 17 and all that. It's like, where's Waldo? So we know. I'm just waiting. Divine time, people, divine time. So yeah, I'm just not saying nothing anymore about that the whole you know, boop boop. I'm just like, I'm listening, I'm watching, I'm waiting. The divine right time, just like Trump said ages ago. Do you want to be president? No. Do you want to be president? No. I think maybe if the time's right. Oof, was the time right? So that's all I'm saying.
Rule, man. You know what the golden rule is, y'all?
Golden rule.
You know what the golden rule is.
Like Jesus' teachings.
Others, you want them to do unto you.
Yeah.
And that is very true. If everybody here on this earth plane did that, do unto others as you want them to do.
By the way, folks, he said earth plane. Yes, he has said flat earth. So just saying that as well. Don't anyone get offended. Just saying.
To you, then we be good, man. And that's what we got to get back to, man. We got to awake to our true deceiver.
Ooh, Pence gone from campaign sign. Whoop, whoop.
You know what I'm saying? These people in power that shouldn't be, that hadn't been doing things right. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, we got to figure out some
trust the plan. I do.
To get a new system, man. And I'm telling you,
because I don't know if Black Sheep Researcher knows about the QAnon that the mainstream media try and say it's a terrorist group. The ones that are shining the light, you know, on things of all over UK, Brexit, everything. And if you haven't seen it, if anyone hasn't seen it, please go and see it again. I just sent it out to someone. If you haven't seen it, I don't know if FE can put it up in the link. If you haven't seen it, or you think, oh yeah, whatever, well, there's a lot in that video. It's a 10-minute video, and the best one is Joe Maspose's channel. The remastered Q the Plan to Save the World. I tell you what, they remastered a little bit. At the beginning, it shows you a globe, but near the end, it shows you a flat horizon. Just saying. And a few UN flags in the background and all that, you know, like JFK knew about. So if you haven't seen Q the Plan to Save the World, remastered by Joe Maspose on YouTube, go and have a look. And then you'll know why Trump was brought in, because he ain't a politician, is he? Oh, no. So anyway, less of that, because I trust the plan.
Have to go back to nature. There's no way around it, man. And know that the Creator is alive and well. The Creator lives in you and around you. There's nothing outside of the Creator. The Creator is all that ever is and all that ever was and all that ever will be, man. Follow your heart, man. It's your God. The Creator lives and the Creator is here, man. Just got to open your eyes and see. I promise you, man. Like,
I'm trying to make it dark to see if any orbs come in. Hang on a minute. I think it can get any darker today. Because of the light. When it's too light, they're very hard to see. That's why you have to have a bit of it. Just let me test it out just while I'm sat here, just in case. with my phone light. I will be talking again about the orbs in a minute. They were so funny last night. It's not that dark, so I don't know. They're here all the time. It's just... I was filming them upstairs before, but yeah, put the light over there. I don't know. Anyway, I just let them come when they come. So I'll talk about that, the video where they were near my artwork. I was like, oh my God, I just get excited every time. So anyway, finish this off.
So we get back in tune with nature, which means in tune with ourselves. Know thyself. Well,
that's one thing I'd like to say, John Kennedy. It ain't illegal to fake your death. And a lot of people have done, haven't they? So when people think, you know, they believe in ETs and all this, but they can't think that maybe JFK Jr. may have faked his death for what? For something for the future? Something that might have been in for 60 years or more? Joe Mass Pose is the link in. Thank you, Effie, for Joe Mass Pose. Cue the plan, save the world. If you don't know what I'm talking about, makes sense, and you really have to watch the video a couple of times. Listen to the voice, because I believe I know who the voice is, and watch who's in the background. Oh yeah, in the UK we've got Blair's on it and everything, you know what I mean? Just saying.
In order to know thyself is to know God. To know God is to know thyself. That's an ancient Sufi proverb, and it's very true. Yo, so get in tune with yourself, man. Get out into nature, man. Don't sit in the house all day on the video games or reading that book, man. Get out here and have your own experience. Out here in nature, man, because that's where it's at, man. I'm telling you. The Most High is alive and well. The Most High is around me right now, man, surrounding and protecting me all the time, and I know it. You see what I'm saying? The Most High is with you all the time. You may not know it. The Most High is there, man. You gotta learn to see with just more than your physical eyes. That's why it's important to meditate, man. You meditate and get in tune with your spirit, get in tune with the earth, get your third eye open, and then you see, because your third eye governs what your physical eyes see. So see, the more you get in tune with yourself, the more these things will be revealed.
That's what I've been saying.
Don't take my word for it. You know, do your own research and do your own study. Go find your own experience, man.
And the good thing is about Spirit Light Bodies channel, he's also had captures of, I'm going to show you right now, they were beautiful. Let me go over. You need to go through him and have a look. He's got a video called Spiritual Activation for Humanity Through. I mean, Fifth World seen things like this, so I'm shouting Fifth World out as well. I don't, you know, when she's seen stuff, but look at this again.
A lot of magical experiences.
People just fear it.
I mean, like, even the other, like, orb that I had showed y'all, that the orb, man, I really don't know. Like, I can't say for sure, like, that could have possibly been something man-made, even though I don't think it was, honestly, in my heart. But this right here, y'all, this right here, it was just the feeling, the whole situation, everything that was just going on at the time, like, in my heart, I know that, like, there really are divine beings here.
Through conscious light beings. Yeah. They want to help.
I mean, hell, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I've always been different, y'all. I've always been the outlaw. I've always been the black sheep. You know, when everyone else is screaming blue, I'm screaming red. When everyone else is saying
black sheep researcher.
You know, so I've always been, you know, an outlaw, different, you know. And I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe it's...
I also think cleaning the pineal gland, like everyone will go, oh, don't drink fluoridated water. This is why Trump's been shouting about crystal clean waters and air. Is I drink distilled, but I do believe if you, I think you can transmute quite a few things if you're resonating a positively charged vibration, which is a frequency, can sort of affect it. So this is what I say about trying to do the inner work to be positive, to get on them positive vibes, because it sort of blasts the others out. Like we're going from lead to gold, and people go, oh, it's like the Anunnaki. It's us going from lead to gold as well. Dense lead to gold, to what? Golden light. But that's how I see it.
Just, you know, I try and keep my frequency, I try and keep my place at inner peace, man. See, once you meditate so much and once you discover that inner peace, that spark of God within, and you realize that, you are creating your reality.
You're creating your reality. So check out his channel because it was beautiful. And that's that thing again of, I know I'm on my right path because I've had them coming in. You've been seeing them on live chats. I've been trying to film them. There's many other people that do as well. So it's not just me, it's worldwide. It's people in chat who see them as well. So I know there's something going on. A lot of you know there's something going on. We don't get told this. We don't get taught it at school. It gets hidden. That's why a lot of the occult know them things are hidden, because they don't want us to know. They're just saying it, oh yeah, it's from a family, the family bloodlines. Well, it's what we're all from. It's what we all are. It's our powers, and we're taking them back. And that's why I do believe when people go on about disclosure in this and disclosure in that, things are getting disclosed. We don't need the government to tell us. We're having the experiences ourselves. Like I said the other day, we'll just turn the TV off and stop listening to the bullshit they keep putting out. If you're having an experience and you're physically seeing something, because I keep seeing these out of the corner of my eyes, it's mostly through light, because my dad said yesterday, can you see them without your camera? I said, I get things sort of there. I said, but it's because the light, the way they're captured in the light, they're here right now, they're around you right now everywhere. It's like I said, a cosmic highway. It's just certain lights pick up their light bodies, and I think when you resonate with them and you're in tune with them, they show themselves, and you can ask. And I did another one before I came on in, it came right up like this and it moves like this, so you can tell, people go, oh, it's a moth, oh, it's dust. It's like, well, it might be to you, so I don't know what you're going to do. If you ever see anything, you're probably going to freak out, but yeah, they are hiding it from us, but they're sort of not, because it's creeping out everywhere in the right communities, isn't it? And everyone's getting these experiences. So like the Great Awakening, I keep saying to people, is not just, the Great Awakening is not just called the Great Awakening for nothing. The Great Awakening. Some people think it's just, the shape of the earth we live on. Yeah, you come to that when you go through the rabbit holes, as I've said before, with Q and all sorts of different things. You don't even have to be on that. A lot of people know the government lie and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 and the vaccines, and blah, 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 and it goes on and on and on. And you can go right down the rabbit holes. But like I keep saying, make sure you come up, because you'll get stuck down there, and a lot of people on the timeline of the New World Order, that's crumbled down. But if you want to go with that timeline, if you're making your own reality, maybe you'll go with that timeline. I ain't with that timeline, moved away from that. Looked at it, went, yeah, well, I can see something else. So, the orbs are real. So it's like, I forgot what I was saying now. So, yeah, you've just got to keep moving and evolving and getting on that frequency. And we're starting to have these experiences. They can't tell me I'm not having this experience. It's like, I am. And I think the more and more you do that, and the more and more we do our inner work and get on that vibe, the more, because I believe you can see them without putting a light on them. And I do see snippets of things now, so I know it is coming in. Just like before, when I couldn't see them, I could feel it. I knew there was energies here, like I've always said about my nana and certain stuff. Things hold energy, items hold energy, and that's why I say sometimes you've got a bad vibe off something. It's because an energy, maybe someone had resided around that, jewelry, anything. That's why sometimes I say if you get something from somewhere like a thrift shop, cleanse it if you're getting a bad vibe off it. And then if you can't get rid of it, maybe you have to get rid of it. But yeah, thank you. So it's about, as I keep saying, dropping the karma is dropping your crap from the past and forgiving and just doing that whole thing like that, not keep going over the same thing. And in relationships and that, for example, if you're wondering why you're in a bad relationship every time, it's because you're getting in the same sort of cycle and you haven't looked at the one before, so you're getting the same sort of thing with the same sort of person before, and you can't understand it. I've done it. Hi, Scott Light Warrior Craig. Hi. Got all the light warriors in. So that's why I've done it. For why do I keep getting with the same people? Because I haven't dealt with it, and getting with the same people and not a bit like John Binney said. I don't know if he's still in chat, but he had a Beyond Quantum Healing sort of regression thing, whatever you call it, which I'm having after I come back from New York. So I hope you're all looking forward to that. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. And in past lives, and if you're in it and you don't believe in past lives, that's fine. You don't have to get, ooh. Oh, and here's a lovely spirit light body. We've just shouted your channel out. We've just had a play of your channel. We've just, frequency, light and sound, and all that. Tesla, because I'm into Tesla, because Trump's uncle knew about Tesla, and that's why I was saying Trump has shouted out energy, about free energy, and crystal clean waters and air, because the ether needs a bit of cleaning, to bring all the stuff in that we're seeing, like the orbs and stuff. But what was I saying then? Because I just got distracted. So, yeah, I just believe disclosure's coming within ourselves. We don't need the government and that lot to tell us. They're the ones who've been hiding it. They're the ones who go, you're a bit cuckoo because it's a bit woo-woo. It's not woo-woo. It's what we did before. When we were in harmony with the pyramids and all that, that was pumping out a frequency. See, I believe there was water around the pyramids. Water again. Water. Yeah, water. Yes, I just asked people to go and check out the lovelies in chat now, Spirit Light Bodies channel. If anyone else has got a channel, shout it out. But check each other's channels and see if you resonate. If you resonate, sub. And I heard you shout out T Taylor. Yay, T Taylor. We like the T Taylor. I've got the twinkles as well. I do try and show people, but it's really hard to show when your palms and your arms and things are twinkling. And stuff like that. People go, oh, is it sweat? And you're like, no. Have you not had a wash? Yes. We'll go and wash my hands right now. When you put light on it, you can see the twinkles. So, yeah. So we love a bit of T Taylor. Oh, yeah, I was saying about past regression, like John Binney. So that's what I was saying, an example of getting back into those karmic cycles where he said he had it's beautiful when you look at it, a past life as a woman, because you could be a man or a woman, and he was with someone that her husband used to batter her, and she wouldn't get out of it, and she knew it was wrong, and she went on and said, what happened? Because I was so emotional when I heard it, I was crying. He killed her in the end because she didn't get herself out of that cycle. She knew it was wrong. She was getting, abuse. And I'll just say, one of the things Boris Johnson wants to bring back in, because he got rid of it or never put it back in, which I didn't even know that, is about, what would they say, the bill to bring in for abuse, what do they call it? Whatever, and they should be bringing that back, because there's a lot of people in abusive relationships and the police are doing nothing about it because they didn't have a bill in. Just want to put that out there, because that was yesterday when the Queen came and did a speech, and I was like, ugh. You're the Queen who, hi Sleeping Warrior, the Queen who does her crown with the purple on. Crown what chakra? Do they know about certain energies? I think they do. Just saying. I said to my mum, I went, the witch was on TV before. She said, what do you mean? I went, the Queen. Just saying, some people might get triggered by that. So she didn't get out of that cycle. So in that life, she got killed. So it was a bit like, oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just saying. I said, that's what I see. So the orb thing is, I did send one to Sleeping Warrior, and he's like, what's that? I love it when they move like this, because that's proof it's not a piece of dust and it's not a moth. When someone said it must be a moth, I was like, what? You have like loads of moths in your house? It was like, no. And this is where I just love it, because I just think it's proof that things are coming in, that people will say it's woo-woo, she's woo-woo, they're woo-woo, what they're talking about. And I've always said, even said to Sleeping Warrior, I said, there's things beyond the veil you can feel are there, but just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there. It's a frequency, it's a vibration. Well, they are there and they're showing up. A lot have showed up a lot of time for people, but they're showing up. Yeah, and it's another boom. So to all the naysayers, if you go and look at my videos and many other people's videos, it's like, and what you're going to say it is dust, moths, what? Oh, it must be the light. No, I don't think so. And the one last night that I put up, and it went near my artwork, and it was like this, and it was blue. I was like, yay. So it is that belief thing. I've always been saying it's a feeling of knowing. And people go, how do you know? It's like, I just knew. Like, I've always known there was energies about as a small child. I was always known that I think the energy of my nana's here because of the relationship we had. I always felt it. Now they're beginning to come in, because like I said, 2020 vision next year, people, doesn't just mean it's not the whole thing with Trump 2020. There's loads of things going on. As we've said, this isn't just a war of blood and flesh. It is a war. It's a spiritual war. Oh, yes, it is. That's why a lot of people get negatively attacked, they call it. Thanks for the love and support. I do appreciate that. You're welcome, Spirit Light Body. I checked your channel out and I was like, yeah, so on the same wavelength, like you were saying about skin color, when, you know, there's so much things we're dividing about with, you know, black and white and this, that, and the other. And it's like, we're human beings, we're hue. So we're different in light spectrum. So we've got very dark skin color, very light skin color, and all the colors in between. A bit like a rainbow, a bit like a light spectrum, because we are all light beings, really. Not this. But that's how I sort of see it. We're human beings. We are light. Just like you said on your video, well up for that, you know, Nikola Tesla. Yes, the keys to the universe are, well, like we are all light, but energy, vibration, and frequency. That's how it comes in. Light is an energy, like I said, like solar energy. And that's an energy that can move about, as we've been seeing. It's a light source. They come in with light. And when you look at your twinkles, it goes under a high light source. They vibrate, because if anyone's seen the vibrations of the stars, the luminaries, how they move and pulsate and send energies. And then we feel them through a frequency, vibrational frequency. I wanted to write it down, a vibrational frequency. Hang on. Like you said, light energy vibrating at different frequencies. So that's why some people may not get the orbs in, because maybe they're on a little bit of a lower frequency. So if they raise up a little bit, they'll start seeing that. And we're all spectrums of, you know, light. But they come through us. See my sister there, all colours. Yeah, we're all colours of light, expressing ourselves. But it's hard because there's a lot of duality down this. Everyone just moans about everything. It's like we're all sisters and brother stars, I call us now. And we're all like little stars. Stars vibrate and they pulsate. NASA don't really show you that and all that, do they? No, they don't show us the true forms of things in the whatever they call that. But we are all pulsating. We are all the time. Matter's moving. It's not like solid like we think it is. It's light. I can't even explain it, but you did a really good job of explaining it, and Spirit Light Body, so that's brilliant. Yeah, frequency, vibration, energy, or we should say, yeah, energy, frequency. We are light beings in a form of energy. You know, we've got a vibration, a frequency. We send it out in a vibration, in a frequency, whatever you want to call it, which way round. It comes. I'm getting a tingle on the head. Do you know what that means? When I get tingles, I know that they're about. They normally show up, so I don't know. It's not that dark in here. So I wonder if I can put the light down a bit. But like I say, I know it to be true because they've been coming in and you've all seen them. So what about the B word? I'm just watching. I'm just watching. There's paedophiles being caught. There's one ended up dead in a prison in the UK. There's something going on with some. Oh yeah, there's loads going on. I'm just sitting back. It's all about to kick off really soon. Very soon. Isn't it in a couple of days? I'll be in America about the year. It'll kick it off. Yes, I love Santos. I'm always talking about Santos. Yes, I'm always talking about Santos. I love Santos's spin on it. I love all that, magnetism, this, that, and the other. Yep, and I know Spirit Light Body likes Santos too. I love the Santos. Probably saying his name wrong. Yes, Mr. Astrology. Yep, love him. I'm all on that with the flat realm and the way the stars, you know, rotate around and all that sort of good stuff. That's how I see it personally. That's how I see it. That's why I say they don't want you looking up to the stars. They want you looking up to the celebrities. The celebrities are not the right stars we should be going off. We are like stars. We vibrate, we pulsate. Everything is energy, light and energy, vibration and frequency. Like Tesla. Tesla knew. I don't know if he actually knew that, if he'd found out about the orbs, and it's in the ether everywhere. They're in now. It's just the lighting's a bit, you know, not brilliant. So yeah, so what have you all thought about my videos? That one last night near my craft I was like, wow. And I get dead excited every time I see them. I'm like, ah, even though I've seen them, you know, I see them now, but I'm like, oh, so exciting. So hi to everyone in. Yeah, Hollywood stars. I know they want you looking at the fake ass stars, you know, not we're all stars. I see it like Mother Moon, Father Sun, and where all the children, where all the stars. Something to do with the aurora borealis. I think that's the energy Earth, heart of Earth, and that's where we've come from a light form. That's some sort of light form, living, breathing. You know, Earth is a living, breathing center. How would you say it? Celestial being, is it celestial? Earthly being, and then you've got your celestial luminous above. They're all bodies of energy, sending frequency of energy down on us. And like I've said before, my thing is they come through the waters, the living, breathing waters. Where have water in our body, it affects our water. So I just find it amazing. I just think life at the minute, this great awakening, it's all weird, wonderful, sad with some stuff, but all like weird, it's all wonderful at the same time. I'm gonna check your work out more in depth. Your light shines bright. Much love to you all here. Good energy, Dolly, and chat. Thank you, Spirit Light Body. I'm just seeing people go, oh, I don't really see many people waking up. I'm just finding more and more people, you know, on the I don't even know what, on the awakened path, on the frequency and, you know, the energy and all that sort of stuff, coming across them more and more. And there's another one, Spirit Light Body, all from, you know, different ends of the realm, but we're all connecting together because we have a resonation. This is why I say we're all resonating with each other. Some people don't resonate with us because, you know, we're all energy vibrating through different frequencies. So people may come to them frequencies when they've started letting go of certain things, letting go of past things that don't serve you. That keeps you trapped more in the physical. As in, you're not letting these, you know, you want to call it the spiritual side beyond the veil to come in and work with us as they always did do, elementals, whatever the word is that you want to call them. The more you in the system, the matrix, whatever you want to say, because there's so many different words for it, but they're all the same, is when you're thinking and you're constantly thinking about the past and the things and someone who hurt you and this, that, and other, and that, and that, and that keeps you locked in the system. That keeps you enslaved. Just like Kanye said, get off the plantation. People go on in different races about we were slaves and we were enslaved by the whites, so we did it, so we all hate you. I didn't do it. By the way, look into the history properly. You'll find that Arabs sold Arabs, blacks sold blacks, and whites sold white, and then we all sold each other and all that. People are going to get offended, but you know, but we're all slaves to the system. Fact, even now, and a lot of us are trying to break free from it. So why are people still moaning on about history when a lot of that's bent upside down and twisted and has been like glazed over? What is that going to do for you right now? All it's doing is dividing you between, you know, races and so on and so on. I see this in young kids in London, all they're hating on different skin colours and this, that, and the other. They can't see, look, we all need to unite. That is doing nothing. A lot of his lies anyway. What is it doing you right now, apart from keeping you locked down in the system and hating? Division, division, division. Why would you want to do that? If we're looking for a solution, you need to let that go. It's not you right now. It didn't happen to you. So yes, there's things in the past. I'm not saying things didn't happen. They did. But there's things in the past that don't affect you now. The only reason it's going to affect you is if you're going to keep it and you're going to perpetuate, whatever that word is, that cycle. So you're going to carry on the hate. You're going to carry it on and on. I'm not saying other countries haven't gone into countries and done this, but they knew what they were doing. It's to divide the world, this realm. We didn't do it. I didn't want it. I didn't want people to go to war. They did because it makes them more money, this, that, and the other, and all the other stuff they're covering up. But none of that is going to help you. If you want to make solutions, you need to unite with everyone. And that's not just your race or your culture. Everybody does. Because we are all from one at the end of the day. We're just different hues of light, human beings. That's why we're called humans. Hues of light, the light spectrum. That's all. Isn't that a nice way to look at it? So we're just a big colourful rainbow. And I don't mean that rainbow they're trying to put out with that agenda, you know. So just saying. Oh, you're welcome, Lee Roberts. It's true, though. You know what I mean? It's just, people. And it's not all the young generation, because there's a lot of woke young generation, but the ones who are constantly fighting about each other, you know, ego and all that. And it's like, hello. Why do you think people like Terrence Williams and Kanye and a lot of other black men and women, but they won't report this on the news, loads, love Trump? Why? They're not fighting about, oh my God, he's white, therefore I don't want him to be my president. You want to look at what Obama was doing. It's like, what vibration has Trump got? Really think about it. Not what the news is telling you. Has he had black friends in the past? Yes. Did he date a black woman? Yes. Is he racist? No. What did he say to the Congresswomen? If you don't like America, because he loves America, he's a nationalist, that's the right way to be, really. See ya. Go back to wherever then. How is that racist? That's saying, if you don't like the UK, whoever you are, and you keep moaning about it, well, move to a different country then. That's not racist. That's just saying, if you keep moaning, go somewhere else. That's all he said. But the mainstream media will pump out, it was racist. Yeah, okay. People can't think for themselves. It's T. Lee Jones. Yeah, exactly. We can't be racist. We are all one human race. Yeah, Hughes. But we're all one. I haven't seen you for ages. So, yeah, it's just like, come on, people. We can't keep going on like this for the future and the future and the future and the future and the future. Kids' futures to be moaning and dividing and carrying on this stupid cycle. That's what people are waking up to. The cycle is like, come on, people. Oh, we're not getting a bit tired of this bullshit, because it is bullshit from the elites, the Lumadonkey, whatever you want to call them, the ones in control, whatever they are. I'm not really bothered with whatever they are. You know, it's like, hello, people. The only way we can have a new world, not the new world order, by the way, and a new way is to bring up solutions. Let's drop all that shit from the past. Let's, like a big blackboard, and we've wrote on it. We'll just rub all that chalk out. Let's rub it out with one of them big rubbers, and let's just start again together. You know, yeah. So what you're saying? Do I like Boris? I'm not saying that. I'm not really into politics. I'm not really into all that. But he's sounding a bit like Trump lately, and because I sort of know a bit about a plan, I'm just watching. It's not whether I like him or not. It's who's going to bring the thing in. And if they don't, the FISA is getting dropped on. Is it the 18th, the 17th, or the 18th? Woohoo! Ain't going to have no choice there. Ooh, what's included in the 100,000 unsealed indictments? Who's involved? Quite a few people involved in that all over, not just in America, in England as well, you know, UK as well. Just like, yeah, my hair needs washing. Yeah, that's why nature is taking out the old for the new. Exactly, and I've always said, get out in nature. It's where you should be, spend some time there and get off the TV and stuff like that. No, I'm not. I've never been into politics. I've never voted, because it was always the flip side of the coin. But only when Trump came in was I like, hey, what's going on here? And then found out it was with the Q. You know, got asked to come in. If you haven't seen Q, The Plan to Save the World by Joe Maspose, just saying, some people get triggered by it, but it's like, yeah, but I see it as if things manifest as we know they are, and if you haven't been seeing the light orbs, you need to go and check my channel out recently with all the light beams that are coming in, all the orbs, plain as day for you to see on live camera. They have to manifest. If anyone knows about manifestation, it will manifest in the physical. So something or somebody had to manifest somewhere at some time. They asked Trump years ago, you're going to run for president? You're going to run for president? No. Maybe when the time's right, years after. But if you also look into Trump, you'll know Trump's uncle knew about Nikola Tesla, had some notes of Nikola Tesla, and also Trump used to sit with his uncle who told him about Nikola Tesla. And he's always shouting out about free energy, not what the news say. You have to really listen. And crystal clean waters and Air. Why crystal clean waters and air? Waters above, waters below. The ether have to be purified because they've had a lot of negative entities and vibes going on. But once they're cleared with our thoughts from our heart, pumping that out in a frequency, it clears quite a lot up. Some of you be like, what the friggin' hell is she talking about? I know what I'm talking about, and I think some of you might resonate, but yeah, so that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But I just, like I said, I think it's amazing. I'm loving the orbs coming in. They make me laugh. I just can't stop laughing at some of them, as in a nice, loving way. I'm like, oh my God, I love you. And I'm hopefully going to try and film some when I go to New York. I'll be taking my dinging folk to knock some negative vibes out over there. But, yeah. So it's just all exciting. And if you wanting to see orbs and you're like, oh, I'd love to do that, you need to start, I'd say, get out in nature, watch more positive things, do a bit of your own experiments, try to catch them on your camera and stuff like that. I can feel what you're saying, Dolly. It's energetic. Yeah, I know. That's why I know when people don't understand, that's all right. But normally something will resonate with something someone said, not just me. You'll resonate with something like, yeah, it feels like, it's a feeling. It's not from here. This is what we get told by the news, how we get told off the news and media, social media, what to think, what we should be wearing, what we should be eating, what we should be thinking about certain people, in certain areas of the government. And what I'm trying to say is, well, the government and certain people are not all bad. They go in with good intentions until, they get a bit controlled. So it's not everybody. And once these break down, which they are doing, that's why there's a lot of shit going on in the realm right now in every single country around the realm. People start swinging to the other side, the side they started off on, but they got a bit, blackmailed, stuff like that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, you are Q. Yeah, we are all Q. Save the world. So many of us are not ready for actuality, and that is actually going on. Yeah, that the only thing I'll say before I go is, this is why they said about cognitive dissonance. Some people are just not ready for this, but it has to happen. This is why I say I believe a lot of it is coming in with you experiencing it, disclosure in ourselves first, where we're all getting a bit used to things coming in and the wonderful and the weird, and then they'll start trickling out more. Like I said before, it can't just be in a hot pan of frogs and they just chuck us all in there. We're all like, wah! Chaos, which there is chaos going on right now for the people who don't understand. The reason why Q came in was to stop it as a mass chaos, because that'd just be mad, like the Purge. So they've just been switching it up a little bit. So we're all like, oh yeah, what's all this about? You have to do it drippy. So when people have said, why don't Trump just come out of it? He can't on that platform. It's just, and the law of one is, if anyone's into that, you need to do the work yourself. It's not for someone to do it for you, like at school. You want someone to do the work for you, you pay them to do the test for you. That's cheating. People have got to find out, because some people don't want to wake up. So who are you to bash someone on the head, which we all want to do at the beginning, to wake someone up when they're not ready? They may have a frigging heart attack, what they find out. I don't know. So there's that sort of like, you're guiding people to nudge them that way, but we're not like going, sit down, read all this, blah, 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 if you know what I'm saying. We all want to do that at the beginning. We've all done it. But yeah, that's how I sort of see it. It's getting too cold in Brahma. I wish I could. Yeah. So I don't know what you all think, but yes. Hi, JJ Jedi. Yeah, I do believe that they have a substance that is able to clean water in the instant Tesla's technology. That's why some people are saying the chemtrail stopped and they go, still chemtrailing. Well, I feel a lot lighter, and things are coming in that I'm seeing. So if I've always said that if they've got the technology to pump it out, say negatively, they've got the technology to pump it out positively. So it could be cleaning the air up. So when people are like, it's still doing this, well, maybe it's been switched, because remember, we're supposed to be in control of that. Just saying. People look at it in a different way, but also if you're on that vibration, I don't think it can affect you that much, because everything works in high national moral guidance. Everything works in vibration, frequency. So it depends which one you're on. If you're quite low, it's going to affect you a lot more, because we are light. That's how it works. But like I said, check out Spirit Light Body's channel, and you may resonate with some of the stuff you're saying. I totally do, and that you're in with like the T Taylor, you know, she's ace with for the twinklies and stuff like that. And it's because when you wake up, you never thought years ago I never thought I'd be on YouTube talking about this sort of stuff. I never thought I'd be on YouTube with, I guess I call them light beings coming in energy forms of something manifesting in a form of light, because I believe when we pass over, this body dies, but we go into the form of light, which we are anyway. We've just come here to have a bit of a play in this physical avatar or whatever. That's how I see it. Yeah, so I'm going to go because I've just been tidying up a bit. I've got parents' evening tonight with little friends, so that'll be funny. Yeah, that's how I just see it. And no one can tell you any different when you're experiencing something. So how can someone tell you it's wrong if you're experiencing it? People just get jealous because they're not seeing it and maybe they want to. It's because, like I said, they're in fear because they don't understand. And that's all fear is. It's the things that we don't understand. So if you can't see anything, but you can feel it, it's scary, and it's like the occult or whatever. It's just things that are hidden. They've always been here, but we've not been taught about it. If we were taught about it from the beginning, when we were small, when we were babies growing up, we wouldn't be in fear of different coloured skies, orbs coming in, all this energy around us. That if you think about the Chinese and people like that do all the what's it called, Tai Chi, they're moving energy around. What energy? What orbs? Energy, this energy that's like a cosmic highway, because that's how I saw it the other day on my channel. I was like, it's like a spaghetti junction. It's like it is literally around us all the time. It's the here now. It's just that I've not got the light right, the right lighting, but I do know they're coming more and more into your vision without camera light. The more and more you believe and see, because it's a bit like Peter Pan, you know, you've got to believe in these things, otherwise they don't show up. That's why all them films are put out there to tell you, but you go, oh, it's a fantasy film. Peter Pan, be childlike, have an imagination, believe. You remember Neverending Story? I'm sure that was in it, the nothingness, but you must believe. Everyone's forgetting, no one's believing anymore in the magic or whatever they said in it. And then you have the labyrinth. At the end, you have no power over me. They've had power over us. No one has power over us. We are powerful beings, but we're not taught properly, and it's starting to come in, telepathy, all that stuff. If you're on the right channels, you'll be finding out about it. If you resonate, and you'll start finding you're getting things sent to you through YouTube, and people go, oh, it's just a quick. No, it's not a coincidence. You're resonating with something. Then you've got the film The Dark Crystal, which I've told everyone to go and watch. Yes, it's from back in the day, but they've got the new Age of Resistance on Netflix, and it's ace. We all go back to light beings. Loads of people have shouted this out. It's not just me. We go back to one. We find our twin flame. You've got the Skeksis and the mystics. That's both sides of us. Two sides, the dark and the light, go back together in a crystalline, shining light body. Just saying. It's all in the films, people. We've got powers. Go and watch Rising Dawn on Netflix, where they go to Greenland, was it Iceland, and they get affected by different powers from the Aurora Borealis light event. Oh, hello. Plasma event, I don't know, but just saying, it's out there. If you resonate, you're resonating for a reason. Oh, thank you, National Royal Gardens. I like everyone too. I'm just trying to keep the vibe up. That's what it's about, isn't it? Yeah, well, I think I've been more high vibing since the orbs have been coming in, and obviously I'm getting excited because I'm coming to America. Woo! Probably when it's all kicking off, but never mind. I'll be watching and listening to people's conversations and people watching. You know, where everyone's looking at, I don't know, shops and waffling on about mundane things. I'll be like, this is interesting, seeing these signs here and what are they talking about over there and how everyone's acting. I'm going to see what the vibe's like over there. I'll be taking my dinging fork around everywhere. Oh, I'll be dinging everyone with it. And I'm going to see if I can try and film some orbs over there. So yes, if you don't see me sending any films over to, like I said, I might send some stuff over to Roxanne. If not, you'll have to wait till I get back. So yeah, much love, namaste. Thank you. What was the name of it? What was the name of what? Yeah, love thyself first and foremost, and get thyself in the best state. This is, yeah, exactly. It's the Trinity, mind, body, and spirit. Some people say, oh, isn't Trinity like God? It's 3 gods. It's not 3 gods. No, one God, one creator, mind, body, and spirit, but you all come from that. Is you must be, this is what I say with bringing things in, you've got to be in the right state of mind. It comes from the heart, but you've got to be in the right state of mind, body, and spirit. You've got to be working on the 3, the Trinity. You've got to be working on the 3 things. You can't have, it's balance. You can't have them 2 without that one. You need all 3 of them functioning together, you know. It's not like you're not going to function, but you know, you're going to function at your most powerful, your most high vibrating with the 3. So you've got to have your mind in check. Listen to your heart. Don't listen to what things tell you. You know, when a thought comes in, go, oh yeah, that's not really one of my thoughts. Yeah, see you later. Stop thinking on things all the time. As I've said, depression is thinking about too much in the past. You don't need to. Drop it. That's a cycle of karma. Get rid of it, or you're going to keep looping. You'll keep coming back and you'll keep looping in that. That's why I said before, when you come in a relationship and you're in a relationship and something's happening, it's about, why am I always in this relationship? Because you're picking up the same link and you're not letting it go from before, and you're not learning the lesson of standing up for yourself or whatever it was. Your mind, your body, get healthy. It doesn't mean you're like, right, I'm never eating this again. It's just you're gradually doing it. Like, I've been on and off coffee. I don't want to be on it, but I'm like trying to get rid of that. I don't eat meat now, so that's good. For me, doesn't mean you have to not eat meat. Mind, body, and spirit is our spirituality, our being, you know, meditating, being in center point, looking at things from a different perception, all that sort of stuff. Good that comes with that. Learning about you, going within, looking at your shadows. Loving thyself is very important. If you can't love yourself, you can't love others. You can't get in a relationship if you don't love yourself. I know this because I used to do it before. I was looking for someone for me to love, thinking they'd love me back, but I wasn't really loving myself at the time. So you get that back to you. I wasn't abundant in it. I wasn't getting it back, if anyone understands what I'm saying. So you have to have all them in balance, and you have to, most importantly, love yourself. That's not being big-headed. Why wouldn't you love yourself and want to look after yourself and center yourself and try and work on anger issues and this, that, and the other, and drop all them things? Because like I said, depression is thinking too much of the past. Anxiety is thinking too much of the future. There's only now. So that's why I said before, when people are going on about different races and who enslaved it, can you drop that, please? Because that's the past. It's getting you in a negative cycle. We're in the now. What can we do now? What can you do now for yourself? Oh, yeah, last week was awful. Last year, do you remember when that would? Can we just drop that? Are you okay now? Have you got food? You got roof over you? You okay? You still alive? You breathing? Good. It's the now. Yeah, Mother Nature. That's what this tattoo is. I had that done. I know I show this. I had that done a few years ago. I think when my youngest was born, and it was meant to get shaded down here, but now I've left it for the dark and the light, because we hold the dark and light, and also with the Q finger, it's dark to light, baby. Starting to see what's always been there. You want to call it the kingdom of God, whatever. Well, it's here. It always was here. We just got separated, and the feminine divine got separated from the masculine. It was like, oh, we came up here with a bit of greed and being a bit egotistic, energies. Well, we're coming back up, not to go above. We're coming in balance, because it really, really needs it. And Mother Earth needs nurturing right now. That's why she's kicking off everywhere as well. Everywhere's kicking off. We're getting energies from above as below as well. Mother Earth, celestial bodies in the sky. Oh, people. That's why everything's kicking off everywhere. We're all connected because we are all one. So I'm going to go because I'm just waffling. Like I said, I'm not really going to be doing any crafts this week because I'm going away, so I'm trying to tidy everything up, but just the ones I was finishing off, a couple of bags and stuff. So none of that will probably get sent out to when I come back. Sorry, folks, but it probably won't. And something else I'm sending off to someone won't get sent off to when I get back, because I've got a lot to do. Family coming down, staying here with my eldest, because even though he's nearly 20, he'll forget to feed the bird and probably, I don't know, forget to feed himself. I don't know. You know what they're like these days. So, yes. So, you will be seeing me before I go, though. So, you'll probably seen a few more films going up with the orbs and stuff. But if you haven't checked them out, go and check them out and see what you think. the new Joker movie. I've not seen it yet. What was that? There's something that's just come on Netflix that I'm going to chill out to tonight. I can't remember what it's called, but it's got the guy who played the guy in Avatar, and Avatar's one of my favourite films because I think our Avatar beings, funny enough, the blue thing over there, the hair, connections to AOR and the spirit realms, and you know, that was like the tree of life going on there. You know, your hair's an antennae, and they're connected with the animals through the hair because we're all connected. You know, all that sort of good stuff that's in that film. I watched Valerian the other night again because I love that film as well, with the pearls at the beginning, the pearl beings that were in harmony with the earth and everything. And they look like they live in Atlantis because the houses were big, massive shells. If you've not gone and seen it, go and see it. Because I just love that film. Yeah, so Night from Down Under. So, yes. Yeah, we are living in the days of whatever word you want to put on it, but yes, past shows the future, future will show the past. There are always exactly. Yeah, it is biblical terms as well. Because like I said, I'm not religious, but I believe, you know, some of the passages in the Bible, it's people, it's how people perceive things. So people perceive books so wrong and thought it was something else. But then the other side have gone with it because they're trying to keep you from the truth. But like we say, it is basically Jesus's words. Be good to, you know, don't do to others that you wouldn't have done to yourself. If we're all doing that, how harmonious would that be? Because you'd be doing it from love at the end of the day. Hi, JL. I think you always come in when I'm going. So I've got to go. So, yeah, check out... I can't see him in here now because I'm going to forget. Check out Elizabeth April. Some of you might be like, what? There you are. Spirit Light Bodies channel. And if you resonate, check through different things. And you might, even if you're thinking, if you're watching it and you watch it to the end, something's resonating with you. That's how it works. So check out Spirit Light Bodies channel. And if you resonate, sub, because it's support for all of us out there who are trying to put this sort of stuff out. Many communities out there, and we're all fighting for truth because all the different communities are all truth anyway. They call it conspiracy theories, but they are all truth. Like I said at the beginning, you can come to the flat earth realm through many different rabbit holes, but even where we reside, there's much more beyond that. So it's not, some people just think it's, oh, you get through these lies and then it's all about, you know, NASA's lies and the shape of the earth. If you're into all that, good. If you're not, it doesn't matter. Don't get offended. You come to all that, there's more than that. What were they hiding? God's source, our powers, our higher selves? I do think so. I really do think so. So some of us are all in different areas doing different things because it all connects anyway. You do that and then you go to that end and then you go on that path and then you go there and it all leads us back to centre. So I'm going now. So I shall, yes, we are all truthers, in different vibrations and frequencies, all doing little bits of different things, all connected though. So I shall see you very soon. I can't get the lighting right anyway because it would have been nice if a little orby came in at the time, don't know, because my lighting is rubbish at the minute. So I shall see you. I'm just going to check and see if I can do it, but this lighting is rubbish. But who's for just before we go, who saw the one last night that came off my bag and came at the back of me and went fing? It was so funny, it made me laugh. Little jokesters. I'm just trying to shine another light. I don't know why I'm trying to do this. I know it did it yesterday, but it was a lot darker. It was a lot darker. And I haven't got the tingles on my head. Oh, yeah, just before we go. I know I keep asking this, but I just like asking people. Spirit Light Body, you're welcome. When you've seen orbs and stuff, do you get any vibrations? I get like a tingle on my head, or like as if something's, well, touching you, tickling you, but a lot here, like tingles, like someone's tickling your head. I keep asking everybody that. I'm just seeing what people FE does. Yeah, it's like someone's going, ooh. On my forehead at times. Yeah, I've got it here, but I seem to get it like here. And it makes me laugh now because I think, well, so it's quite funny. But anyway, I'll catch you soon because I've got to go, and I've got a parents' evening later, so we'll see. We'll see what's been said about Little Legs, because you know he's been singing. Here's one that'll make you laugh if you don't already know. He's been singing. The school he goes to, they've been singing the song. What's that song? Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. And he's only 4, and he's heard it as, like kids do, Halle Judah or something, break the law. And I was like, they're not the words, but they're the words that he's put in. So can you imagine all the kids are like, hallelujah, praise the Lord, you know, in assembly when they're singing the songs, and he's singing Halle Judah or whatever he's saying. That's what he's heard in his little head. Break the law. I just couldn't stop laughing. I was like, trust Finn to be sat there singing that. So, and some of you saw it on camera the other week when he was actually singing that. It was hilarious. And check your channel out some more. And I've been subbed to you for. Oh, you've been subbed to me. Yeah, I think you have, because did you ever come in once? Oh, my nose piercing. It doesn't hurt. I keep knocking it. Yeah, because when I checked you out, I just said at the beginning that I thought, I think I've seen you before. I think I've come in. I think I've been. I thought, yeah. It's funny how, you know, you can resonate with people, and then you come back round again. You're like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now, and then everyone's resonating with, yeah, but still a way to go. What's still a way to go? What's still a way to go, Emmett? What are you saying? We've all still got a lot of way to go. We all think we get there, but it's forever. It's like infinity. It's forever learning and forever evolving. Don't you think that's amazing? Who'd want to be just stuck in one realm or one I don't know, just going on and learning the next level and the next level and the next level, and it must get more beautiful and more, even if things are like weird in the next level. That's what I sort of see. Yeah, we're all just learning and stuff. So catching up on Dolly's, but yeah, not me. I don't know what you're saying. You are very conscious. I love it. I wish I had been more active here before. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're just oh, thank you. Is that Welshie Red Pill Phil? Yeah, I love the Red Pill Phil. He only lives around the corner from me. I should check out your channel. Yeah, I mean, people will probably come over from Red Pill Phil's channel, and I don't know if I'm like, I might be vibing with some of you. Some of you might think I'm absolutely bonkers because I don't talk about certain stuff Red Pill Phil's talk about. I do a bit, and I talk about Q and all sorts of stuff like that that's going on, but I do talk about the realm of things that you think aren't there but are their energies, you know, a bit like Nikola Tesla. And if you don't know what I'm going on about, if you check out some of the videos, I did send them to, I spoke to Red Pill Phil last night and I was showing him the videos. If you check out my videos with the orbs in lately, it's just proving it. A lot of people are getting proof in themselves now. So I will be talking to Red Pill Phil, funny enough, after I come back from America. We're going to have I think we're going to have a chat. I think he's going to do a sort of an interview thing with me again, because he literally lives 2 minutes away from me. So why not? So, and then I will be hopefully, can't wait, going on Unbiased on the Fence channel. Check that channel out as well, and check Red Pill Phil out in the UK. Doing I always forget what it's called, Beyond Quantum Holistic Healing session, where it takes you back to your past lives, and higher self comes in and starts talking about stuff. It's a bit like being hypnotized sort of thing. I can't wait for that. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. I can't wait. I don't know if it's going to match up to things I've been talking about. So, and John Binney did one the other day on Unbiased on the Fence, and I cried. It was so emotional because you can feel the vibration and the frequency of that, like resonating with truth. Truth resonates. When something's not true, it doesn't resonate. It's why you have all like anxiety and cack or whatever you call it. But when it's resonating, you're like, I don't know what it is. And like, I don't know, but I just feel like, I feel like, yeah, there's something I'm liking someone, so I'm resonating with it, resonating with that frequency, with that vibration. So yeah, I'm going to go, because I just keep saying I'm going to go, and it'll be about an hour later. So I'm just trying to do more videos in the day that you can catch up with later, because I've got too much to do in the evening now before I go, you know. So catch you all later. Love and light to everybody, and I shall see you soon. Bye.